Okay, so very good evening, everyone. How are you all today? Type down in the chat box. Just let me pull up all the chats. Just give me 1 sec. Yes. So yes, we are live and very good evening to everyone. Type down a chat box if you're listening me for the first time or from what place that you belong to. Sanjay Mehta, very good evening. Fantastic. Just give me 1 sec. I'm doing live simultaneously at YouTube. Just give me one live. Okay. Yep. So, yeah. Good day, good day, good day. Let me put it in the record. Okay, fantastic. So how many of you want to 10x your insurance income? Type down a chat box. Today is my first day. Lovely, Gautam. Good to see you. Type down a chat box. If you wish to 10x your insurance income. Great. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So let's start and let's jump in straight with what are we going to cover in this and what are the kind of the action steps. How to grow your insurance income. And who is this webinar for? This webinar is for new advisors, old advisors who are not getting consistent sales, as well as advisors who want to 10x your insurance income. So अगर आप ये तीनों category में आते हैं, which category that you belong to? Type down a chat box 1, 2 or 3. New advisors or old advisors who are not getting consistent business, or advisor who are already successful and want to have a 10x of income. Lovely. Lovely. Let's go. Rules of the webinar. This webinar is going to be there for 90 minutes. Take a lot of notes. Implement the strategy and become an action takers. How many of you are action takers? Type down a chat box. 80 action takers. If you are an action taker, type down a chat box. Great. What are the major points that we are going to cover? Scope of insurance business, how to get confidence to talk to people, how to give a powerful presentation, how to deal with objections, and how to do effective closing. Correct? How many of you are listening me for the first time? Type down a chat box first time. Let me give you a small introduction of myself. Okay, Gautam Jha. Okay. First time, Swapna. Great. Great. So, मेरा नाम अमित है and I've been there in the insurance industry since 2002. I belong to a business class family and I had a dream to build my own business. मुझे business तो करना था पर वैसा business करना था where I get paid for what I do to my maximum potential, right? इसके पहले मैं सिप्ला कंपनी में काम किया था. How many of you are aware about Cipla company? Type down a chat box I if you are aware about Cipla. करेक्ट. सो आई वर्क देयर फॉर 3 years. और मजे की बात तो ये थी कि मैं बीकॉम ग्रेजुएट हूं और बीकॉम ग्रेजुएट से देन आई हैड टू कम विथ फार्मा सेलिंग. सो मुझे कुछ आइडिया नहीं था बट आई लर्नड द एंटायर सब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम सिप्ला फॉर 21 days कंटिन्यूसली. उन्होंने जो ट्रेनिंग दिया उससे समझ में आ गया that any person can learn anything and rise. How many of you agree with my mindset? Type down a chat box A for agree. अगर कोई इंसान चाहता है कि उस बिजनेस में सक्सेसफुल होना है तो ही कैन लर्न, वो सीख सकता है. सीखते सीखते आई डिसाइडेड कि whatever the struggles that I am going, I do not want my other advisors to go through. So started training people simultaneously. I've trained more than 1.5 lakh insurance people offline and more than 3,000 on the online business. One thing I've accepted, that is change is the way of life. क्योंकि जब भी नई नई चीजें आएगी at that point of time we have to be very very ready about accepting change. Old technologies does not work. There are new technologies जो अपने को करने की जरूरत है. At the same point of time, there are some fundamental strong principles for success. And if we follow that fundamentally strong principle, there's a great scope of growth. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. Yes. So 3 things required for growth. One is mindset, skill set, and tool set. mindset that yes, I can do this and I will do whatever it takes. That's the mindset. Skill set, एक बार माइंडसेट तैयार हो गया पर स्किल नहीं होगा तो भी वहां पर सक्सेस नहीं मिल सकता. सो वी वांट स्किल सेट आल्सो. कैसे बात करें, क्या बात करें, these are all skills. How do we give presentation? These are skills. Then tool sets. How are the tools to be used for better record keeping, for understanding? Tools जैसे क्लाइंट के पास प्रेजेंटेशन जाते वक्त हम क्या क्या टूल्स यूज कर सकते हैं. These are tool sets. All the three are important for growth. अगर मैं इसमें से कोई भी चीज को ऊपर नीचे करने की कोशिश करता हूं, is that possible? I will say most of the people who are successful, they are successful because of all the three skills. How many of you want to master all the three skills? Type down a chat box 3. Let's start with the first thing, scope of insurance business. सबसे पहली गलतफहमी अपने पास में है, that is everyone is insured or everyone has policies. How many of you have this myth? How many of you are having this thought process कि सर सभी के पास तो पॉलिसी है, हमारे पास कोई क्यों लेंगे? Type down a chat box me and be very honest as possible. So let us understand कि इंडिया का टोटल पॉपुलेशन 140 करोड़ का है और 140 करोड़ के इंस्टेंस में अगर मैं कंपैरिजन करने के लिए जाऊं, how many people would have been insured? It's not more than 12%. ये रियलिटी, ये फैक्ट की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. अगर 12% का इंश्योरेंस पेनिट्रेशन हुआ है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी सी देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल ट्राइंग टू कम इनटू इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री, देयर आर सो मेनी बिग कंपनीज आर कमिंग इनटू इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री. अगर इतना स्कोप नहीं रहता तो डू यू थिंक दैट दे वुड हैव कम इन दिस बिजनेस? टाइप डाउन इन चैट बॉक्स यस नो. डू यू थिंक दैट दे वुड कम इन बिजनेस इफ दे डोंट फाइंड स्कोप? अच्छा, हमारे से कई गुना ज्यादा उनकी रिसर्च टीम है. They have all big research team who are talking about the scope of the business. If these companies see the growth, then and then only they will enter into the business because everybody is here for profits. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. So if हमें लगता है सभी के पास policies है, तो my dear friends, go and check how much is the coverage that they have. एक क्लाइंट के पास में गया था, बोला अमित भाई मेरे पास बहुत पॉलिसी है. बोला कितना पॉलिसी? अरे 6 पॉलिसी है. मैंने बोला सर पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट तो निकालो. एंड he actually removed his policy documents and I saw 50,000 की 6 पॉलिसीज. आई एम टॉकिंग वे बैक. आज के डेट में अगर 1 लाख की पॉलिसीज भी अगर हो तो कोई नई बात नहीं है. एंड एट सम प्लेस व्हेन वी सी नंबर ऑफ पॉलिसीज, इज नंबर ऑफ पॉलिसी a sign of adequate coverage? Type down a chat box yes no. Sir, every second person, second myth, every second person is in insurance business. How many of you have this thought process? Type down a chat box I. Sir, हर दूसरे बंदे को पूछो तो बोलता है वो इंश्योरेंस में है. My dear friends, 140 करोड़ की टोटल पॉपुलेशन में 25 lakhs, not more than 25 lakhs is the total number of insurance professionals, agents, as per IRDA records. अगर ये 25 lakhs की भी बात करूं तो उसमें से प्रोफेशनली काम करने वाले लोग हार्डली 2.5 लाख होंगे. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. That means I have total number 25 lakhs और 25 lakhs के अंदर से प्रोफेशनली काम करने वाले लोग वो भी कम होंगे. And in that case, do you think that we should be practically getting across with full force? Just ask near dear people कि भाई आपको कौन कभी मिला था. आपको पता चलेगा सर कोई ना तो कोई तो मिला था. But do you think that just reaching out to people is going to help them to sell policies? No, it doesn't work like that. So that's a second myth कि everyone, every second person is in insurance business, which is again not a reality. People are not interested in insurance. How many of you like this? Typed on a chat box I. people are not interested in insurance. Lot of people, right? People are not interested in insurance. Do you know the number of inquiries that are rising every day on insurance? अब पहले तो एक मार्केटिंग चैनल था, दैट वाज इंश्योरेंस एडवाइजर्स एंड न्यूज़पेपर्स. आज के डेट में तो आप जो सोशल मीडिया ओपन करते हो हर जगह पे आपको इंश्योरेंस का एड्स दिखता है, isn't it? And do you think that people are not approaching there? By the way, last year more than 40,000 crores is the commission distribution. कितना? 40,000 crores. That is 1,60,000 crores is the new business which is taken up in India. 1,60,000 crores. How many of you are not aware about it? Type down a chat box. NA, not aware. If you are not aware. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि इतना कमीशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हुआ है, अपनी जेब में कितना आया या कितना आएगा? Who is going to decide that? We are going to decide it. So हमें तब तक पता नहीं चलता जब तक हम उसके डेप्थ में नहीं जाते. We are walking on चौपाटी, एक अच्छे खासे सी शोर के पास में जाते हैं. 3 टाइप के लोग. नंबर 1, एक हवा खा के निकल आते हैं. सेकेंड, जो थोड़े और अंदर जाते हैं, they are fishermen, they earn some money. And there are third category, go deep into it and they get pearls. They are the people who get the maximum of the income. How many of you wish to go deep down and get pearls? Type down a chat box, me. If you are somebody who would like to go deep down and earn that kind of and income. Fantastic. Why is our business the best business? क्योंकि आप अपने टाइम पे काम कर सकते हो. There is no boss, there is no target, there is no pressure. At the same point of time, renewal income. जो आज के डेट के अंदर मैं कहूं कि अगर कोई भी कंडीशन की वजह से आप काम नहीं कर पाए, those people in Corona times, जो लोग सीनियर थे, उनकी इनकम में कोई भी डिफरेंस नहीं आया because there was renewal income which was coming in. How many of you agree to it? Type down a chat box A. अगर रिन्यूअल इनकम नहीं है तो वो बिल्ड होगी, but provided we are going deep into that particular business and getting through it. The future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them with creative ways. It's a fantastic quote जो मुझे यहाँ पर दिखा, that more skills and combined with creative ways. सिर्फ skills का मतलब नहीं है, but it has to come with creative ways also. If we do not follow the learnings, if we do not implement the learnings, it doesn't really work. So what are the skills that are required? Prospecting, approaching, fixing appointments, presentation, objection handling, closing. These are some skills which are required on daily basis to us, isn't it? Now think about it. Advisor सबसे ज्यादा fail कहाँ होता है? Type down in the chat box. What is the number 1 reason for failure of insurance professional? Type down in the chat box. What do you think is the number 1 reason for failure of insurance professional? Yes, approach, okay. Incomplete knowledge, okay. Come on, everyone, type down in the chat box. Leads, that's right. Raspal Singh ji, that's right. Leads, objection handling, follow-ups, approach, prospecting. The first fundamental for any business, any person is, how do I reach the people? How do I get prospecting? I'm talking about skills. Mindset is definitely the first thing, that is mindset. Now we are talking about skill set. Okay, पहला हमने mindset के बारे में बात किया. That is, if people have insurance, that is a mindset. Sir, every next person is an insurance business. That is a mindset. But now when it comes to skill, the number 1 skill that is required, that is, how do I approach people? What is the prospecting method? And that's where most of us fail. In fact, prospecting is not only insurance ka problem. Prospecting is a universal problem in business. How many of you agree with me? Type down a chat box A. Anybody who is there in business, anybody. The first thing is, kisko jaake bechu? Whom do I go and sell them? That's the first skill, that is acquiring customers, acquiring prospects. So for those who are there along with me for long, they know that there are, practically we work on two methods. One is free, and that is also known as organic. Second is paid, that is offline and online. Let us go deep with it. Free, organic. कितने लोगों ने जब एजेंसी स्टार्ट किया तभी सबसे पहले वो सुना था कि लिस्ट बनाओ, लिस्ट बनाओ, लिस्ट बनाओ? टाइप डाउन द चैट बॉक्स आई. You would have made the list also. You started approaching people on that. Most probably they are friends, relatives, your neighbors, your acquaintance, and all those people. These are free. एक level तक ठीक है free marketing, but after the same circle, you will have to expand a little bit of circle and go to paid or the paid marketing. वो भले offline हो या online हो. Offline marketing, what are the skills there? So this pamphlet distribution, anybody who has done pamphlet distribution, type down a chat box me if you have somebody who has done pamphlet distribution. Anjan Dev, lot of people have done pamphlet distribution. कितनी inquiry आती है? 10,000 pamphlet distribution करो. How many results did you get? Type down in the chat box. No response. 100. क्या बात है? You are very lucky. Come thumb. If you are getting 100 leads, that's really great. 12. So there are multiple activities even in paid offline. Number one is going and doing pamphlet activity. Second thing, doing road shows. कहीं पर भी बड़ा फेयर लगा है, मेला लगा हुआ है या ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग वहां पर है, at that point of time is you stand on the road and have your umbrella there and you start talking to people. That is another way of doing offline. And then it comes online. Online के अंदर you do paid marketing. जैसे Facebook की हम लोग paid marketing करते हैं, you do that. But now which will work for me? That is a very subjective thing. If you are a new insurance professional and still we have not tapped about the organic market, the first thing is always to reach at the organic market and then come across with paid marketing. But how do I do this? We need to learn this concept of prospecting. In fact, that's what I'm going to cover on this one of the programs that's going to be coming up on this Saturday. कि जहां पर how can you generate more than 200 leads in a matter of just 4 hours. How many of you would love to learn this? Type down the chat box I, if you are in a position to generate. Correct? So that's what is the natural organic method to do. And then it comes to be paid methods. Approach. There are two methods of approach now. One, pull. The other is push. Now, both the methods are important. Please mind well. Both the methods are very, very important. Pull and push. Pull का मतलब क्या? Today we are doing Facebook marketing. We are doing Facebook ads. और उसके अंदर से लोग नाम, email ID, mobile number अपने को देते हैं. That becomes pull. Push. मेरे पास numbers हैं, मैं call करता हूं, उनको follow up पे follow up करते रहता हूं. That becomes push. Sir, both the things are required. It's not only one thing. We are into the business कि जहाँ पे pull and push both will be required. Yes, if you are learning purely online, जो मेरे online के classes होते हैं, वहाँ पे I discuss purely about a pull strategy. जितने भी लोग मेरे online insurance sales model program में यहाँ पर हैं, या फिर those who are there along my silver members, they know very well that we use pull strategy, how we can pull prospects. How many silver members sitting here in the group? Type down the chat box me if you are a silver member. Anybody? Okay, lot of people silver members. You can relate to it very easily. Pull and push. These are the two marketing strategies that we are working on. But the basic approach, we do not do because of three major things. Number one, I do not have confidence. How many of you with this problem, I do not have confidence? Type down a chat box I, if you do not have confidence. Okay. Confidence is the result when we are weak with some subject. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. Confidence is the result when we are weak with some subject. Sir, I don't know how to start the talk. You will become no confident. Sir, I don't know अगर उसने मीटिंग दे दिया तो मीटिंग के टाइम पे मैं बात क्या करूंगा. So there is a lack of confidence. Second, sir, I fear meeting people. How many of you fear meeting people? Type down a chat box me. If you fear meeting people. Very good. So why do you fear meeting people? Type down what is the reason of your fear? What is the reason of your fear? Rejection, okay. What to talk, okay. What else? अच्छा, आज तक के मेरे 20 साल के करियर में ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि जिसके साथ में मैंने बात किया हो और उसने मुझे बोल दिया व्हाई आर यू टॉकिंग टू मी. आज तक कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ. वो ये बोलता है कि पक्का आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. सो यू फील फियर दैट वो आदमी मुझे मना कर देगा तो. अच्छा, मना करेगा या नहीं करेगा पता कब चलेगा? पूछने से पहले या पूछने के बाद? बिफोर आस्किंग और आफ्टर आस्किंग? सर आई फील बैड. अच्छा, व्हाट डू यू फील? फील का मतलब क्या होता है बिजनेस के अंदर? अच्छा, डू यू अग्री दैट पीपल हैव अ राइट टू रिजेक्ट? इफ यस, टाइप डाउन अ चैट बॉक्स यस. अच्छा, कोई आदमी आपको प्यास नहीं लगी है और कोई आपको पानी पिला रहा है. इफ यू आर नॉट फीलिंग थर्स्टी एंड इफ यू आर बीन गिवन टू गो फॉर somebody forces you to drink water, आप क्या बोलोगे? यार, आई डोंट वांट इट. Similarly, each person has a different mindset. And that mindset has to be catered and that has to be respected. And वैसे भी हम यहाँ पर बात कर रहे हैं मार्केटिंग की. मार्केटिंग इज द ग्रैंडफादर ऑफ सेल्स. मार्केटिंग किए बिना हम लोग सेल्स की एक्सपेक्टेशन करते हैं एंड दैट्स द बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक. There is a difference between marketing and sales. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. There is a difference between marketing and sales. Marketing is promoting your business. Sales is actually doing sales. पर हम जिसको भी मिलते हैं अपना फर्स्ट टॉपिक अपने दिमाग में यही चलते हैं, लेट मी गिव अ प्रेजेंटेशन एंड आस्क फॉर चेक. But we forget to build our own branding, our own image into the people. So we fear to meet people. Sales starts after marketing ends. That's right. But when marketing is done appropriately, sales is the byproduct. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. पर अपने केस के अंदर वी आर कंप्लीटली अनअवेयर कि हम किस तरीके से अपनी मार्केटिंग करें या फिर बात करें तो भी कैसे करें. हाउ डू आई स्टार्ट द कम्युनिकेशन? हाउ डू आई अप्रोच? इफ आई टेल यू दैट यू गेट अ रेडीमेड स्क्रिप्ट जिसके साथ में आप आसानी से किसी के साथ भी अप्रोच कर सकते हो, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू विल लाइक इट? टाइप डाउन चैट बॉक्स लाइक. नाउ अगेन दिस इज अ स्किल दैट नीड्स टू बी एक्वायर्ड. क्या ये वन टाइम रहेगा? नो, इट इज अ कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस. बट एटलीस्ट जो बिल्कुल फियर करते हो वो आप उससे डर भाग जाएगा. So there was one Praveen करके हमारे sales team में हमारे साथ में, and he had the same thing that Amit, how do I approach? I fail कि जहां पर अप्रोच करने की बात आती है हेजिटेट. मैंने उसको कुछ स्क्रिप्ट दिया और मैंने उसके कहा एक काम करो, अब मेरे साथ में यहाँ पर बैठो एंड जस्ट गिव अ कॉल एंड जस्ट हैव दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन विद देम एंड सी. ये इंसान वहां पे 10 मिनट बैठता है, जो आदमी अभी तक 1.5 महीने से इंश्योरेंस बिजनेस में और एक अपॉइंटमेंट जनरेट नहीं कर पाता, वो वहां पर बैठ के 10 मिनट के अंदर 3 अपॉइंटमेंट जनरेट करता है. 3 appointments in the matter of 10 minutes. How many of you would love to learn this? Type down a chat box, love. And I believe nothing in just theory. I believe in practical. So whatever you learn has to get implemented. And that is what I have designed on the program, which is there on 18th. that it is divided into that format कि जहां पर आप यहां पर प्लान करोगे और यहां एग्जीक्यूट करोगे, प्लान करोगे और एग्जीक्यूट करोगे, प्लान करोगे और एग्जीक्यूट करोगे in the same day period of time. If you are in a position to generate at least 3 appointments, how many of you would love to do this? Type down a chat box I. Now in appointments, there are two methods, manual and automation. Right now हम लोग automations की बात नहीं करेंगे, but broader view you should at least know कि एक है manual approach and other is automation approach. Manual approach क्या है? What is the manual approach? Manual approach is giving a call. जैसे telecaller call करती रहती है, every day you have to give at least 100 calls, 60 calls and try to fix up an appointment. जो बड़ा tedious काम भी रहता है some point of time. But the point is, we need to know what to communicate to get appointments. Appointment taking is an art. How many of you feel that's an art? Type down a chat box, a art. What to talk to them? अच्छा, 99% जो अपने advisors call करते हैं ना, they pick up a phone call, start talking. In fact, you know, I wanted to meet you. अरे बोल तो भाई किस बारे में? वो क्या है ना, मैंने एक नया इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ज्वाइन किया है and I wanted to meet you for policy. This is how people approach or they take appointments. How many of you have undergone with this kind of hesitation? Type down a chat box I. Correct? Because there is no script, there is nothing at all. तो हम लोग डरते हैं, हम लोग बात करते हैं. And just one simple approach of change. बात करने का स्टाइल पूरा चेंज हो जाता है मैनुअल में. Works lot of difference. Second, coming on automation. अगर मैं फेसबुक मार्केटिंग करता हूं और वहां से अगर मैं ऑटोमेटिक लीड जनरेट कर सकता हूं, ऐसी पॉसिबिलिटी है पेड मार्केटिंग में. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू थिंक दैट यू कैन जनरेट लीड्स इवन व्हाइल यू आर स्लीपिंग? टाइप डाउन इन द चैट बॉक्स मी. Now what is the method? You need to learn that particular method. वो ऑनलाइन सेल्स के जो मेरे वर्कशॉप होते हैं उसको मैं ये कवर करता हूं, how you can do that automations. But right now we are going to be focusing on this February on March, और जिसके अंदर से आप मैनुअल इंटरवेंशन करके आप अच्छी तरीके से कर सकते हैं. Coming to presentation, there are two methods of doing presentation again, high touch and high tech. What would you like to do, high touch or high tech? Type down in the chat box. High touch, okay? Everyone, what is your thought process? High touch, high touch, high touch. In fact, now the time is both high touch and high tech, दोनों. So when you go to Amazon, आज के डेट के ऊपर आप कभी भी देखेंगे तो हर एक प्रेजेंटेशन के साथ उन्होंने सब डिटेल्स तो दिया है, साथ साथ के अंदर वहां पे एक छोटा सा वीडियो क्लिपिंग भी दिया है. How many of you have seen this? Type down a chat box me. 360 view degree. Lot of things. Yeah, a lot of people have questions. Don't worry at all. You are raising hands. I'll give you the opportunity to ask me questions. How many of you would appreciate question answer session at the end? Type down a chat box I. If you have a question answer session, type down a chat box I. We will be discussing that at the end. So park all the questions that you have till the end. So presentation, there are two major things, that is high touch as well as high tech. सब चीज अपने को ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है. अच्छा, is insurance the game of only numbers? Type down a chat box yes, no. Is insurance the game of only numbers? Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. No, my dear friends. Insurance is not the game of only numbers. अगर आप सिर्फ numbers की बातें करोगे, it's not going to work. Yes, we are all dealing with emotions. We are not dealing with any physical product. यहाँ पर ये इस तरीके का चार्जर दिखा दिया. This is made of so and so material. This is with this wattage. This has a C pin. ये सब बोलने से प्रोडक्ट बिक सकता है, बट इमोशंस को बेचना पड़ता है. देयर इज, व्हाट आर द कॉमन इमोशंस यू थिंक that people will appreciate to listen to? Type down in the chat box. Let's see. What are the common emotions? Empathy, security. Yes, emotion Amit par kaun se? Child future, care for their life, family, that's right. Love, care, concern, happiness, protection, security, tension free, luxury. These are some of the emotions that we need to take care into our presentation. Now, presentations के भी बहुत styles है. It's not just only one type of a presentation. See, generally what happens, हम लोग जब client के पास में जाते हैं, इतना भरोगे इतना मिलेगा. You invest this, you get this. This is the ideal presentation I've seen with most of the advisors. How many of you have a habit of telling this? No, this good plan has launched. This is the product. How this much you invest, this much you get. How many of you have this habit of doing this? Type down a chat box, me, and be honest. Sir, you know, my company has launched a new plan and itna bharoge, itna milega. My dear friends, the entire psychology of presentation is different. And that's what we need to go learn and dig deep so that we can get pearls. High tech as well as high touch. I believe in selling concept, client will follow. Absolutely, yes, you are right. So concept also is one of the method of presentation. जैसे वो डांस के अंदर होता है ना, props. They use props. Similarly, we also need to use some props. We need to use some skills there on doing presentations. Objections, self as well as client. There are two methods again over here. Self objections and client objections. अच्छा, how many of you किसी को मिलने से पहले ही जज कर लेते हैं ये पॉलिसी लेगा कि नहीं लेगा? Type down in the chat box. If you judge well before, in advance, before even meeting or writing down their names. Anybody who has that particular thing in judgmental phase, type down a chat box, I. बहुत लोग बोल रहे हैं, no, we don't judge. Lovely if you don't judge. There are so many people who judge. Now, before even meeting, बात करूं नहीं करूं, बात करूं नहीं करूं, हाँ बोलेगा ना बोलेगा, मिलूं नहीं मिलूं. These are some problems whereas self-objection is concerned. This is not client's objection. This is self-objection. And I would say client objections are negligible, but the self-objections are major. Because आप presentation की शुरुआत ही वहां पे नहीं कर पाते हो, meetings की शुरुआत ही नहीं कर पाते हो, approach ही नहीं कर पाते हो, and that is where the second objection will come in place. So first is dealing with self-objection. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. ना लेने वाले बड़ा लेते हैं, कैसे टाइम लगता है? Yes. Second is client objection. No time, no money, अभी नहीं, बाद में सोचता हूँ, करता हूँ, देखता हूँ, वापस आना, बाद में देखें. All these kind of objections needs mastery in handling objections. Learning about how to tackle with dealing. I have separate modules, you know. मेरे पास में ये सब चीज के अलग अलग modules है. Objection handling के, closings के, prospecting के. But you are very lucky because ये February and March में I want to help those advisors who are practically wanting to go for a crash system कि जहां पर हम crash course, जैसे schools में कैसे होता है वैसे बिल्कुल ये crash course के अंदर this 18th I am going to take this entire one day program कि जहां पर ये crash course के अंदर आप ये सारी चीजों को ले पाए. मैं फील्ड में नहीं घूमना चाहता, कैसे काम करे? माय डियर फ्रेंड मुकेश जी, 25 और 26 तारीख को हाउ टू पुल प्रोस्पेक्ट्स यानी ऑनलाइन इंश्योरेंस सेल्स मॉडल का प्रोग्राम है. आप उसको अटेंड कीजिए, आपको पता चलेगा कि आप प्रोस्पेक्टिंग और ऑनलाइन मीटिंग के जरिए पे भी पॉलिसी बेच सकते हैं. दैट्स अ स्ट्रैटेजी. और वो स्ट्रैटेजी के ऊपर काम करने के लिए उसका डेप्थ भी लेना जरूरी है, पर ये दोनों चीज करनी जरूरी है. आई एम जस्ट स्टार्टिंग न्यू टुडे. That is why I would insist you कि 18th का जो प्रोग्राम है कमतम you can do that. Closing. हाउ डू आई डू क्लोजिंग? अच्छा, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फियर कि यार ये क्लोजिंग करने के टाइम पे अपनी तो हवा निकल जाती है? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू लाइक दिस? टाइप डाउन अ चैट बॉक्स आई। यू नो व्हाई? क्योंकि बचपन से अपने को क्लोजिंग का मतलब है कैश और चेक मांगना, एंड बचपन से अपने को सिखाया क्या गया? मांगना बुरी बात है। आस्किंग और demanding money is bad. How many of you have got tuned to this psychology? Type down in the chat box me. Recently, one of our team members, I want you to be listening to this episode very, very closely. Recently, one of our team members, 60 years of the age, he goes to Banaras. बिफोर ही गोइंग्स टू बनारस वो सबको मिल के जाता है, बोल के जाता है मैं जल्दी आ रहा हूँ, मेरे घर पे शादी है, इसके लिए मेरे को जाना है, एंड ही गोज देयर एंड 3-4 days ही हैज बीन देयर, और उसके बाद एक सडनली मैसेज आता है दैट ही गॉट अ हार्ट अटैक एंड ही इज नो मोर। नाउ टेल मी वन थिंग, मेरी टीम मेंबर्स को मैंने कहा कि अपने पास में हमेशा हर चीज पे दो ऑप्शंस होते हैं। द पर्सन हैज गॉन, ही हैड इंश्योरेंस, उसको इंश्योरेंस का क्लेम भी मिलेगा, सब कुछ मिलेगा। हिज एज वाज 60। अपने पास एज एन एडवाइजर दो ऑप्शन होते हैं। नंबर 1, जस्ट टू से सॉरी टू द फैमिली मेंबर एंड कम बैक, एंड सेकेंड, नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी आप जाओ तो इंश्योरेंस का क्लेम फॉर्म लेके जाओ और 1 करोड़ रुपया या 2 करोड़ या 5 करोड़ जो भी आपने इंश्योरेंस बेचा है उसका चेक अमाउंट दो। दोनों में से कौन सा रिलेशनशिप बढ़िया? नंबर 1, गोइंग ओवर देयर एंड डूइंग कंडोलेंस, और नंबर 2, डूइंग कंडोलेंस एंड ऑल्सो गिविंग द फैमिली अ ग्रेट अमाउंट ऑफ चेक। टाइप डाउन इन द चैट बॉक्स बोथ। बढ़िया कौन सा? Second number, because you are also giving the family some amount. When sales become service, ये हेजिटेशन निकल जाता है। और मैं तो क्लाइंट को पूछता हूं, सर मेरे को 3 नाम ऐसे बताइए जो आपकी गैर हाजिरी में आपकी फैमिली का वो ध्यान रखेंगे बिल्कुल वही तरीके से जैसे आज आप अपनी फैमिली का ध्यान रखते हैं। द क्लाइंट 2 सेकंड के लिए सोचता है, बोला कोई नहीं। मैंने बोला सर एक है जो आपको हमेशा ये बेनिफिट दे सकता है, एंड दैट इज योर इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी। सो लोग बोलते हैं इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी एक्सपेंस है। प्रैक्टिकली इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी एक्सपेंस है या वो फ्यूचर लायबिलिटी का प्रोटेक्शन है? टाइप डाउन इन द चैट बॉक्स पी इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस इज अ प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ फ्यूचर लायबिलिटी। इसके लिए जब ये क्लोजिंग करते वक्त वहां पर हम हेजिटेट करते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं ये हेजिटेशन अपने को निकालनी पड़ेगी। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वांट कि आप इस फेब एंड मार्च में बढ़िया तरीके से क्लोजिंग कर सकें? टाइप डाउन अ चैट बॉक्स आई इफ यू वांट दैट, यू वांट टू practically get more of results and get more and more of closing. Again, closing is a skill that you need to acquire. जब मैं कितना भी चाहूं ना, मैं उसको अभी के टाइम में कंप्लीट नहीं कर सकता। दैट्स एन एंटायर स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस फॉर एवरीथिंग। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू अग्री विथ मी? क्लोजिंग इज नॉट जस्ट द लास्ट बम्बार्ड ऑफ बॉम्ब, इट इज अ प्रोसेस। इनफैक्ट जब आप ट्रेनिंग में बैठेंगे तभी आपको पता चलेगा दैट all thing, everything that you do is closing. It's not just one of finally giving a presentation. When we don't have the skills, हम जनरली क्या कहते हैं? सर इंडस्ट्री खराब है। क्यों सर? ये सब लोगों के लिए है ना सर, जो फॉलो अप में स्ट्रांग है, ये मेरे लिए नहीं है। इंडस्ट्री is not the right industry for me. How many of you feel this? Type down a chat box I. अगर आपको भी ये कहीं ना कहीं सेंस आता है ऐसा, industry is not bad, I don't have that skill to deal in that industry. This business is not for me. Practically there is a method to sales. जैसे अभी यहां पर किसी ने कहा था कि सर मैं घर पे बैठ के करना चाहता हूं, पॉलिसी बाजार के जो लोग हैं वो ऑफिशियली ऑनलाइन के ऊपर ही काम करते हैं. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव सीन दिस? टाइप डाउन अ चैट बॉक्स मी. तो वी नीड टू हैव अ कोलैबोरेटिव अप्रोच की ऑफलाइन और ऑनलाइन दोनों करना है. मे बी आई हैव लेस कन्विंसिंग स्किल. सर मेरे पास है ना वो कन्विंस करने का, आई एम एक्चुअली शाई बाय नेचर. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू लाइक दिस? टाइप डाउन चैट बॉक्स आई एम शाई बाय नेचर. मैं सर बहुत शर्माता हूं सर लोगों के साथ में ना. इतना कन्विंसिंग आप लोग कर सकते हो, मैं नहीं कर सकता. माय डियर फ्रेंड, सेल्स इज अ प्रोसेस. सेल्स इज अ प्रोसेस एंड प्रोसेस में मास्टरी करना जरूरी है. पीपल फेल but processes succeed. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. Processes succeed. इसके लिए हर जगह पे एसओपीज होते हैं. एसओपीज का मतलब सिस्टम ऑफ प्रैक्टिस. ये चीज करना है, ऐसे 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 करना है. दैट्स इट. सिस्टम वर्क्स, पीपल फेल. हाँ. The other best thing, managers are not supporting me, sir. If my managers would have been supporting, मैं पक्का successful हो सकता था. My managers are not supporting. How many of you like this? Type down a chat box I. My question to you is this your business or is this manager's business? Whose business is this? If this is your business, it should always be we are responsible for our business. Great. The reality is you are the CEO of your own company और आपको अपने business की strategy कैसे pull up करनी, that is you have to decide. How many of you agree? Type down a chat box A. You should learn the skills required for generating business and whatever it takes attitude. These are the three basic realities for all the successful people. In fact, मैंने एक latest slide यहाँ पर add किया है that most of the people who do not know the system, the number one mistake that they do, that is figuring out by themselves. खुद से ये सब चीज सीखना और खुद से ये सब चीज करना बड़ी मुश्किल वाली बात होती है. बचपन से हमें कोई ना कोई हाथ पकड़ के ए लिखाते आया हुआ है. ए फॉर एप्पल, ए फॉर एप्पल, ए फॉर एप्पल सिखाते आया हुआ है. बट वन फाइन डे सडनली हमें लगता है हमें सब कुछ आता है और हम खुद ही ये सब चीज कर लेंगे. एंड दैट बिकम्स अ लॉन्ग कट रेदर देन अ शॉर्ट कट. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू अग्री? टाइप डाउन अ चैट बॉक्स मी. When you try to learn, मेरे को रास्ता नहीं पता, सिंपल से बात है यार. रास्ते पे जो चल रहा है उसको मैं पूछूंगा, भाई मुझे यहां से यहां तक जाना है, मैं कैसे जाऊं? हाउ डू आई रीच? व्हाट डू आई डू? हाउ डू आई बिलीव कि ये सब चीज हो सकती है? उसके लिए आई नीड टू प्रैक्टिकली आस्क द पर्सन हु हैज ऑलरेडी बीन देयर इन द इंडस्ट्री और जो आपको आगे सिखाने के लिए तैयार है. यू नो द बेस्ट पार्ट, जब मैंने इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन की और उस टाइम पे मेरे ब्रांच के अंदर मेरे आसपास के लोगों को जो मैंने पूछना शुरू किया दैट यार मुझे इंश्योरेंस में अच्छा काम करना है, मैं कर सकता हूँ क्या? ठीक है यार, चल जाती है यार, दाल रोटी निकल आती है यार. यार वो मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार मुझे अच्छा काम करना है और ये आदमी बोल रहा है ठीक है यार चल रहा है. आदमी ऐसे में कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाएगा या कम हो जाएगा? अच्छा, घर वालों को बात की, घर वाले बोल रहे हैं यार और कोई काम धंधा नहीं मिला क्या यार, इंश्योरेंस में क्यों घुसना है? ये मेरे सब डिमोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर्स थे बिकॉज आई वॉज फिगरिंग इट आउट विद माई सेल्फ. But I was very lucky. I got good mentorship. I got good coaching and I believed on my coaches and I did whatever it takes. और practically उन्होंने जो सब चीज करने के लिए कहा वो मैंने किया. तो आज 20 साल के अंदर ये आइडेंटिटी के ऊपर बैठा हूं. It was because I took a conscious decision to learn from a professional rather than learning with my own self. How many of you can realize this? That अगर मैं वो सारे concepts एक दिन में सीख सकता हूं, तो रैदर मैं ये सब भटक के करूंगा तो कैसे चलेगा? सर, हु वाज माय मेंटर? आई हैव मल्टीपल मेंटर्स ऑफलाइन एंड ऑनलाइन, and you might have heard about Mukesh Joshi. He's one of my mentors. Deepak Joshi, he's one of my mentors in insurance. Internationally, Rizal Naidu, if you have heard, he's one of my mentors. There are so many mentors. My dear friend, I would, जितना भी मैं gratitude उनको कहूंगा ना उतना मेरे लिए कम है, because they made me to realize that boss, you can do it. How many of you would like to learn in a professional method as compared to figuring out with yourself? Type down a chat box I. Great. No, these are all my silver members, completely my dear friends. 5 qualities for success. 5 qualities. Number 1, discipline and not random. Whatever people practically they do in business has to be with a discipline and not random. कोई भी business, whichever sports that you talk about, these people have certain habits of discipline. दुकान रोज खोलनी चाहिए, ये पहला discipline है. अगर रोज दुकान नहीं खोलोगे, रोज माल नहीं बिकेगा. It's not a random way. Suppose there is a store at nearby your house where it opens at some days. Will you get that trust on that shopkeeper? No, because आप क्या बोलोगे, उसके यहाँ पे मैं जाके लूंगा, पर रास्ते में 3 शॉप्स है, आप वो छोड़ के आप वो फाइनल जो लंबा शॉप है वहां पे जा रहे हो, and then you find that the shop is closed. Will you ever get that great confidence? The answer is no. You need to have a discipline of opening shop daily. अपने केस में क्या है, रोज जाके लोगों के मिलना पड़ेगा. That is the first discipline. कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है, मैं काम नहीं चलता. If it makes sense, type down a chat box MS. So the first quality to become successful is have a proper discipline in business. Have no random approach. If you are somebody who understands random approach, my dear friends, success बहुत दूर है. This is very far off. Because, and you know, I love to speak blunt. I will never say hide things behind the bush. Very, very clearly, my dear friends. Insurance business ho ya koi bhi business ho, there has to be a certain discipline in working. If you don't have a discipline in working, you are lost. Number 2, do not quit. No quit. 2-4 incidences क्या हो जाते हैं अपने साथ में, we feel नहीं sir, शायद ये मेरे लिए नहीं है. A successful person never quits. They do things differently with whatever it takes attitude. Type down a chat box WEIT, whatever it takes. How many of you sitting over here are with that attitude of WEIT? Type down a chat box I. Whatever it takes. अगर मैं बोलता हूं कि इंश्योरेंस एजेंसी बहुत बढ़िया है, आप अच्छी तरीके से कर सकते हो, बट एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इस इंडस्ट्री के अगर डॉक्टर बनना है, तो देन जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड द काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रगल दैट डॉक्टर्स हैव बीन अंडरगोइंग. जाके कभी गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में विजिट मारो, आपको पता चलेगा वो एक दिन में 300 पेशेंट को चेक करते हैं, एंड दैट इज हाउ दे बिकम कॉन्फिडेंट. We meet hardly one people, that also in 3 days and 4 days, and then we think कि सर मैं confident क्यों नहीं हूँ. Success का definition ये है, doing repeatedly the right method, reaching you at your targeted goal post. In the right method. खाली मिलने से काम नहीं होता. That has to go with the right method. Consistency. Consistency in all approach, pre-approach, meetings, appointments, everything has to do with a consistent effort. No blame game. Again, one of the major qualities of people who are successful is no blame game. Sir, I would have been successful, but क्या करूं sir, मेरे family के जो लोग हैं ना वो मेरे पे विश्वास नहीं करते. They don't trust me. How many of you have this kind of cassette running in your mind? Type down a chat box I. Be honest to yourself. Sir, my situations and circumstances are not somewhere, that are favorable for my growth of my business. I need that favorable circumstances. My dear friends, दुनिया में जितने भी बड़े लोग हुए ना, उनको कभी कोई favorable circumstances नहीं मिले आज तक. They have never got favorable circumstances. You can talk about any big businessman. You talk about any advisor. You talk about any sports person. Those who are at the top has never got favorable situations, circumstances, and people. They have their own conviction. And the fifth most important thing that is they acquire skills that you require to succeed. No blame. मेरा रिजल्ट नहीं आया तो मैं किसी और को ब्लेम करूंगा. सर मैं तो ढंग से प्रेजेंटेशन करता हूं पर सामने वाला नहीं लेता तो मैं क्या करूं. सर द ऑपोजिट पर्सन हैज दिस प्रॉब्लम. सर वो हमेशा मुझे रिजेक्ट करता है, कहीं ना कहीं वो हमेशा मुझे प्रॉब्लम कर देता है. उसको कहते हैं नो ब्लेम्स. When you take charge of your own life, when you become the master, when you become the driver of your own vehicle, that is known as becoming independent and no blame games. How many of you can get what I mean? Type down a chat box, me, if you can get what I mean. आपको इतनी आजादी देगा ना जिस टाइम पे आपने ये समझ लिया that I am responsible for my own success. My dear friends, you will grow all together at different heights. See, right now also, you know, मैं जब chatting के लिए बोलता हूँ ना, there are few people who chat, few people are observers. देखते हैं अमित क्या करता है, देखते हैं अमित क्या बोलता है, देखते हैं क्या करता है. These people have an observation attitude. An observation attitude are generally observers and not the players. And when you are becoming player, your thought process is different. And when you are observers, your thought process is different. How many of you agree with me? Type down a chat box A. And that's why, you know, I keep chatting. Why? Because those people who are chatting are the people who are 100% involved. Those people who are busy with some or the other thing. ये free online चल रहा है, चलो यहाँ पर देखते हैं, इसको चालू कर दो. Again, let me do a lot of my work. These are the people whose mind also gets so much of ideas, so much of thoughts that they carried away with their own thoughts. Qualities of success: keeping focus at one place. Focus is your latest asset. Type down a chat box F for focus. You know, आज के डेट के अंदर सबसे बड़ा जो रीजन फॉर नॉन सक्सेस है, दैट इज डाइवर्जेंस. छोटी छोटी चीजों आपको डाइवर्ट कर लेती है. यू आर वॉचिंग समथिंग ऑन यूट्यूब, सडनली यू सी सम अदर एड एंड योर माइंड इज गॉट डाइवर्टेड टू सम अदर एड. So focus is the latest currency that you need to, too many tasks. That's going to be killing. It's not going to make you reach at any place. So when you want to become successful in insurance, you practically need to be focused that, sir, until I don't achieve this results, I will not deviate myself, come what may, whatever the situation is. And that's where you require a step-by-step action plan for success with tools for success. How many of you think that if you get a step-by-step action plan with tools, your success का journey है वो easy हो सकता है? Type down a chat box E for easy. Correct? So I was thinking about this. In fact, मेरे ज़्यादातर program offline के ऊपर, सारे online के ऊपर होते हैं. That how do you reach online? How do you reach online? How do you reach online? But with taking care of lot of people who had this query, sir, how do I start? How do I go? How do I approach? How do I talk? मैंने सोचा why not to devise a one-day program for these participants who are willing to understand कि sir, if I get a little bit of better idea कि how do I reach, it will become easy. Why don't you construct a program? So I constructed one program that is going to cover all these aspects of prospecting, approach, appointments, presentation, objection handling, and closing. This is a one-day program which I wanted to launch, and that is just, I'm not going to do it regularly. These are not my regular features. This is just because of the month of February and March. That is the kind of thing that I want you to get maximum benefits and output out of this particular 2 months. That is why I created this entire new plan. Do you think that I should introduce this? Do you give me permission to introduce this? Type down a chat box yes if you give me permission to introduce this. Thank you so much. Thank you. So introducing the insurance sales success bootcamp. So bootcamp का मतलब क्या होता है? These are all practical oriented programs कि where it's not just going to be one-way traffic and my lectures are over and that is done. No, we are going to work out in a very, very efficient manner कि जहां पे there will be a certain mindset, skill set and tool set which will be given to you, and there will be a assignment that you need to complete by the break time. किस तरीके से होगा? What are you going to learn? Let's go. Why our profession is the best? How to generate prospects, how to fix up their appointments, how to do effective presentation, how to do objection handling, how to do easy closing. These are the major topics that we are going to cover in that particular day. When it is going to happen? This is going to happen on this Saturday. That is 18th Feb 2023. टाइमिंग क्या रहेगा? 9 बजे से लेके 12 बजे तक एंड 3 to 6. 3 घंटा जो बीच में का है वो ब्रेक नहीं है. This is basically to do your action steps. How many of you would like to have results on the same day? Type down a chat box me. If you would like to have results on the same day. Correct? So I don't believe कि हाँ ठीक है सोचेंगे देखेंगे करेंगे. यहाँ पे 3 घंटा सीखा उसका इमीडिएट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करो. 3 to 6 के अंदर वापस से एक इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करो. एंड एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आई डोंट वांट टू लीव यू कि हाँ ठीक है आपने प्रोग्राम कर लिया. थर्सडे दैट इज द नेक्स्ट 23rd of Feb. अगर हम सब लोग मिलके अगर इसका पूरा एनालिसिस करें कि क्या हुआ और क्या रिजल्ट लाया और क्या रिजल्ट नहीं लाया, दैट मीन्स यू कैन स्टिल डू योर बेटर थिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ March. How many of you would love this? Type down in the chat box, love. So this program is not only for that one day, it's going to be that one day plus a follow-up session whereby your practical, क्योंकि आपने theoretically सीखा है, practical करने की जब बात आती है तो आप practical उसको करोगे और practical करने के बाद आपके जो भी confusions हैं, objections हैं या whatever has happened, I want to keep that follow-up session for you. So that's going to be follow-up session with next Thursday, that is 23rd Feb on 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And this is what is it. Now coming to the price. अगर मैं बोलता हूं कि एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉलिसी 50,000 रुपए की प्रीमियम की अगर आप बेच पाए ये पूरे ट्रेनिंग की वजह से, विल यू प्रोवाइड रिकॉर्डिंग? नो, देयर विल बी नो रिकॉर्डिंग्स व्हिच विल बी प्रोवाइडेड ऑन दिस. There is no recording. This is going to be a live session, so you need to be practically live. There will be no recordings. Is this make clear to everyone? Type down in chat box C for clear. Why? Because I want you to practically execute the stuff, not just watch as another training program की recorded हो गया और मैंने अपने mood में आया तो काम किया, mood में नहीं आया तो नहीं किया. No, I want you to be 100% active whereas the training is concerned. Recording does not make sense. Yes, recording has its own different purpose. But right now the objective is to get executions. I want to practically let you execute the task. Those people who are there in my training programs, they know very well. I give them training for 1 hour and after that I give them 23 hours for practical execution that helps them to see the results with their own eyes. Okay. And how many of you love this where you can see your result with your own eyes? Almost everyone, right? And that is what is the major purpose of doing this live training program. और इसका 23rd का जो follow up रखा है, ये भी इसका purpose भी वही रखा हुआ है. मैं बोल रहा था कि मान लीजिए कि 50,000 रुपए की एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉलिसी अगर आप अपने लिए बेच पाए, and if you are in a position to make around 15,000 rupees, how many of you think that this training program becomes worth? Type down a chat box, worth. जब भी प्राइसिंग की बात आती है तभी सब लोग के दिमाग में ये होता है कि यार बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होगा, कैसे होगा, क्या होगा. शायद दोनों लैंग्वेज में होगा, हिंदी इंग्लिश के अंदर. अभी अगर आप मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन समझ पा रहे हैं, देन दिस इज द सेम लैंग्वेज व्हिच आई एम प्रैक्टिकली गोइंग टू यूज इट. सो एवरीबडी हैज दिस पेन पॉइंट ऑफ फीस. Let me tell you, my dear friends, I have an objective. I am on a mission to help 1 lakh advisors to qualify MDRT through digital entrepreneurship. This is what my vision is. कि ऑनलाइन के ऊपर बैठ के भी अगर मैं ये चीज अगर मैं अपनी कम्युनिटी के लिए कर पाया, दैट्स गोइंग टू बी ग्रेट. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई डिसाइडेड द फीस बिफोर द फीस, live sessions, hand holding, script, community and review. These are the 5 aspects for success that you are going to get through this particular program. And the fees for this is just 4,999. But hold on, I'm going to give you something extraordinary, very special for you. How many of you want bonuses? Type down a chat box B for bonus. If you want bonuses, type down a chat box B for bonus. Correct? So I'm going to make you a no-brainer offer. Aaj, this is the final thing that you are going to get it क्योंकि Saturday को ये program होने जा रहा है. These programs are not a regular feature. This is once I do it, and it's not a regular thing that you are going to get through it. So you are also going to get a prospecting sheet that's going to keep your mind always active कि भाई इतने लोगों से मुझे मिलना अभी बाकी है, and that is the fees is that is you are getting completely complimentary जिसका price है 1999. Appointment, winning appointment scripts, that's again the some scripts. It's not going to be entire booklet, it's only going to be 3 different scripts, and that's going to be at the cost of 1999, which is as a part of this training program. And presentations checklist. Presentation is a specific method of doing presentation, किस तरीके से उसको करना, उसकी वहां पे total cost है, that is 1999. So the total bundle cost becomes 10,996, but I'm going to give you a very, very special offer for the decision makers right now for the next 10 minutes is going to be 2,360 rupees. That is 1,999 plus GST. So those people who are interested to practically be at the part of this, just click to this particular link and register it right now. These programs are not going to be happening regular basis. So if you are there in this particular event right now, take the maximum of it. Click the link, register yourself. Once you make your payment, you will be already automatically added to the WhatsApp group, जो अपने लोगों का ये स्पेशल ग्रुप है जिसके अंदर आप सैटरडे को आपको ट्रेनिंग मटेरियल्स दिए जाएंगे. वंस एवरी टॉपिक इज कवर्ड, उसी टाइम पे आपको ट्रेनिंग मटेरियल्स भी दिए जाएंगे. सो जस्ट क्लिक टू दैट लिंक, रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ. वंस यू मेक द पेमेंट, लेट मी नो दैट यू आर इन, सो दैट आई कैन पर्सनली वेलकम यू as a action taker. Because what is most important is not just learning. सिर्फ सुनने से कुछ नहीं होता. You practically need to become action takers. So click to that link, register right now. Some of the objections that most of the people have is, sir, अगर मेरा सक्सेस नहीं होता तो क्या रीजन है? एक ही रीजन है, that is you are the outcome of your own thoughts. अगर आपने अपने आउटकम्स को नहीं संभाला, अगर आपने अपने थॉट्स को नहीं संभाला, तो आपके आउटपुट्स को चेंज नहीं कर सकते. सो मेक अ कॉन्शियस डिसीजन. Click to this link, register it right now. Once you register, please let me know in the chat box so that I can welcome you all, that you are the person who has taken actions and you are there on this Saturday along with me for 9 to 12 and 3 to 6. So take the action right now and let's start with question answers. जब तक लोग यहाँ पर payments कर रहे हैं, let me type. Is this a different program? What is happening from? Absolutely yes, completely different program, Mr. Kamatam. Everything is different. This is completely different program. जो आप online कर रहे हो, that is completely different program. So you have to just go with, if you are a new advisor and if you have this major challenges, so you can just focus it across with this particular program also and be the part of it. So both are different programs. There are multiple programs into our academy. Okay, and this is one of the program which is there for newcomers, जो लगता है कि कैसे start करे, क्या नहीं है. So make the link is already given to you. Keyur, can you send the link into our WhatsApp group also, so that those people who has some problem in doing it, they can easily make it. So click to that link, register it right now, and let me make aware in the groups so that I come to know that yes, you are the one who has already made the payment, and I can welcome you all for the same. In case you have any kind of questions at this particular moment, this is the time when you can ask questions regarding whatever you have in your doubts for insurance as a business and insurance as a career. If you have any doubts on this, you can do it at right particular place at this moment. So take the task, go on the link and register it for yourself right now. Fantastic. Great. So you're at the same point of time, 9 to 12. That's the time frame that you are going to be. Any material we get after training, you get during the training, not after training. During the training यानी टॉपिक कंप्लीट करने के बाद आपको वहां पे दिया जाएगा, और वो टॉपिक को एग्जीक्यूशन कैसे करना, वो चीज आपको वहां पे दिया जाएगा. So that's going to be there. How to combat completion? How to combat completion means, I did not understand your question. I did not understand your question. If you have any questions, you can type it across. Be very clear and specific so that you can have the answer for the same. Yes. ये ऑनलाइन है या ऑफलाइन है? ये ऑनलाइन ही है, सारा चीज ऑनलाइन है. We are not meeting at any place. It's going to be online on the Zoom itself from morning 9 to 12 and evening 3 to 6. So it's all about taking a decision and conscious decision of taking yourself at the next level. Yes. So one of the questions which I've got, may I know what is the context exactly you're going to teach? I'm going to teach absolutely about all the 6 major steps that is required for success in insurance industry. That is your prospecting, your approach, your appointment skills, your presentation, objection handling, and closing. These are the 6 major topics that we are going to touch in this particular base. Right. So this is the link which is there. It is contain paid ads. No, this is no with paid ads. I'm going to teach everything more on the organic side at this particular moment, not on the paid ads. That is altogether a different program of pulling prospects in a different way. So right now the focus is purely on how do you get this for new people. What about the knowledge of policies? So knowledge about policies is, see, we cater to all the companies. All companies have different product. Mota moti jo product hote hain, endowment, money back, whole life, these are the kind of products which is there, and it's all going to be a different ball game of learning products. So products is what I don't teach. I'll be giving you a broader concept of the product, but the main products that you have to learn from your company. Is it different from 199 plan? Absolutely yes, it is completely different from 199 plan. It's completely different. This is a one-day workshop that's going to be there from 9 to 12 and evening 4 to 6, or 3 to 6. So it's a 6 hours intensive program with all these things. The link is open till 9. I don't think, KU, the link should be open till 9. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. 9. मैं थोड़े अलग program में आ गया. Okay, so the link is programmed open till 9. So those people copy this link. KU, can you once again send the link in the group and send it across over here? Calls are coming, no problem at all. Just keep the link open till 9 and ensure that you are there. After this 9, you may not get the same fees. Please try to understand. This is something for those people who are very serious to act along in the business at the next level. The link will get closed by 9 p.m. So if you are serious, click the link right away and register, and let's meet you on that particular day. So I'm done for it. Thank you so much and all the best. How to handle competition? We will discuss this in the training program. How do you practically handle with the competition? Who's our competitor and what is our? The entire module is there on the objection handling के time पे ये एक objection वहाँ पे हम लोग cover करेंगे. Right. So I hope this has given you some insight of how do you take your business at the next level. And this is a process. This is a path. It's not somewhere कि जहाँ पर मैं एक time कर लूँगा तो हो जाएगा. No. It's a process that you need to understand. So click the link right now, register yourself, and see you in the training program by on this 18th. Till that time, thank you so much and bye-bye. God bless. Yes, the link is over here. Please copy and keep it to yourself so that you can make the decision. Thank you.